For anyone who has seen their abuser's eyes turn black and knew exactly what they meant, I see you. This is a passage from my book that captures the moment I knew survival wasn't just physical, it was spiritual too. His face contorted and his eyes went black. I could hardly recognize him. He had become a monstrous apparition, embodying raw, untamed fury that resonated in every corner of the room. At that moment, fear gripped me. He lunged at me, his face contorted in a mix of rage and determination. I could see the muscles in his arms tense as he propelled himself forward, a blur of motion aimed directly at me. Greg launched into a sprint, chasing me through the house, his footsteps pounding against the floor like a drumbeat heralding his pursuit. I could hear the sharp intake of his breath, a mix of determination and urgency, as he closed the distance between us. My heart raced in sync with my quickening pace, adrenaline coursing through my veins as I darted around a corner, desperate to put more space between us. Greg's figure loomed ever closer, his determined expression sending a shiver down my spine. I dashed into my bedroom, my heart pounding like a wild drum in my chest. With a burst of adrenaline, I flung myself into the closet, desperately pulling the door shut behind me. The sound of fists banging against the wood echoed through the small space as Greg barreled into the door, shaking the entire frame. Splinters of wood flew as he shoved against it with all his might, pushing the door inward until it jammed tightly, trapping me in the darkness of the closet. The sudden force had sent a shudder through the fragile light bulb hanging above my head. It flickered momentarily as if protesting the impact, before shattering into a cascade of glass shards. My breath quickened as I realized I was both imprisoned and safe at the same time. I couldn't believe this was happening. It felt like a nightmare, one of those dark, suffocating dreams where you're trapped, unable to wake up or escape the looming dread. And in that moment, I thought I might not survive what came next. Want to know what happens next? It's all in the book. If this spoke to you, you're not alone. This book was written for survivors by a survivor. It's my heart, my story, and maybe it'll feel like a little piece of your story too. You can grab a copy on Amazon, the link is in my bio. And if this resonated, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story.